My M32 fiancée, M29, cheated and left me after 8 years together. We have a 4-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. I never liked social media because I felt like it took too much time away from my kids. I reactivated an Instagram account. I had to contact my sister about something, and I went to my fiancée's page and noticed she had deleted all the pictures with me in it, and any mention of me. I had suspicions of her being unfaithful. Her nights out with girlfriends would become more frequent and she began coming home later and later. Inconsistencies I started to notice in her timeline. She took a trip to Vegas with her girlfriends, but it turns out it was a couple's trip amongst 3 couples. I checked our phone records and through social media discovered who she was seeing. I confronted her about it and she denied everything for a while. I told her if there's nothing going on I would call the number and ask. She panicked and begged me not to, saying that he doesn't know she's in a relationship. Then she broke down and told me the truth. She's been seeing someone else outside of our relationship for at least 4 months. And she admitted to agreeing to meet other men through social media messaging but claimed she never intended to. In these past 4 months, Father's Day has happened, both of our kids' birthdays, her birthday, and the baptism of our children. And I can't help but feel distressed that she was doing this the whole time. I'm absolutely gutted and heartbroken. I loved her with all my heart and always did my best to be a great partner and father to our children. I told her I was willing to try to work together with her to fix whatever the issue was, but she kept saying how she knows she can't be happy with me. She said I make her feel depressed and she dreads when I'm home and is happy when I'm not around. She said she's infatuated with him because it's something new and exciting. She chose to pack some of her things and head to her sister's that night after everything. I'm looking for advice on how to not feel so heartbroken and be strong for my toddlers. I've been just crying my eyes out since it all happened 3 nights ago, haven't eaten or drank anything. Doing my best to not let my munchkins see me like this. I'm really struggling, and when it's late at night I just have such dark thoughts. I just need to hear that it's going to be okay. My dumbass still loves her and would most likely take her back. I'm a loner and really don't have anyone to talk to about this. I just feel so worthless. She wants to have the kids 1 week and then I have them the next. The thought of not being able to put my kids to bed, brush their teeth, read them a bedtime story every night like I have been for the past 4 years is killing me inside. I feel like I'm going to miss so many wonderful moments of their life growing up now. Comments: take her to court for your kids if you think you can do better than 50-50. Betrayal is a very nasty thing. Traitors rely on your trust to take advantage of you as far as they can, and the fact that many people who have been betrayed, not just by spouses but in universally every scenario of treachery, have a hard time even comprehending what has happened, sometimes going as far as refusing to believe that something is exactly what it looks like. So remember that. Remember that this woman is not your wife, because you stopped being a husband to this woman months ago. You have to start treating her like she is someone who came up to you on the street and started telling you how they're going to take away your kids, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Your children aren't dolls to have time split between 2 siblings, and if you treat them like that, their lives are going to be as bad as yours, because now they have one parent bawling his eyes out as if he just found out his father died, and the other one is pretending that nothing has changed and their new dad is just as good as their old dad. Do not mourn the loss of your marriage. You do not have the luxury of that, nor do you have the luxury of putting love into someone who wouldn't attend your funeral. Stop talking to this 304. Stop looking at pictures of her. Focus on your kids and those who actually love you, because you got a lot more than this terror in your life that loves you. I tried but I can't anymore. D-Day was 4 months ago and started reconciliation 2 weeks after. Guys, I tried, I really did, but I feel as though all of the weight has finally crushed me into the ground. I was hopeful that we could make it work since I really truly loved him with all my heart despite him being unfaithful for the entirety of our relationship. All random girls through various dating apps and Snapchat. I loved him despite of his mental issues, abusive family, and addictions. For me, regardless of his imperfections, he was perfect. No matter how emotionally unavailable he was or the amount of times he would lash out at me from his own insecurities, I loved him. He was the center of my universe and I was there for him when he needed me, always. My school started to become neglected as I would skip class to comfort him through his depressive episodes, resulting in me losing my scholarship. My mental health was starting to take a toll as I had become responsible for his emotional well-being despite having all of the same mental disorders and various chronic illnesses. He wouldn't protect me from his abusive family and made it my responsibility to protect him and take the brunt of it so his life could be easier. I started to become nervous in expressing myself and afraid of saying something that would make him lash out. I always gave more than I received. It wasn't fair. After D-Day I tried to make it work. I was firm with my needs and my expectations. My family doesn't know because I didn't want for them to turn on him. Despite the hurt and the betrayal, I was still protecting him, and I hate myself for it. I thought therapy would help him confront his issues. A change of his meds to combat the addiction. He promised to pick up another job to pay for couples counseling. He promised to work hard and be the stability we both needed after my family had stepped in to provide one for him. He promised to let me heal and not to continue to place his emotional burdens onto me. He promised to respect my boundaries. He promised to be better for me. And yet the 3M calls to come and fix him continued. The constant need to be reassured and comforted so that he can feel proud of his minuscule accomplishments. The lashing out. The guilt tripping. The manipulation. The white lies. The medication abuse. The theft of my own medication. The inconsistency of his promises and his actions. I can't take it anymore. I have lost 20 pounds in 3 months and am now underweight. It hurts to walk up the stairs. My joints are in constant pain. Breathing has become difficult. The panic attacks are almost daily. The paranoia keeps me up at night. I can't remember the last time I had a full meal, much less 2 meals in a day. And still he doesn't see my struggle. He doesn't see how broken I have become. The helplessness and anger in my mother and father's eyes as they watch me wither away, unable to reach out and help in fear of pushing me away, breaks my fucking heart. How selfish he is for asking me to continue to torture myself to keep him from self-destructing. I feel as though I am a walking corpse waiting for my knees to give out on me. Must I drop dead for him to see the damage he continues to cause me? I don't think he will ever understand the pain or the suffering, and I don't think I can wait for him anymore. I'm tired. I just want out. I want to feel like myself again. This relationship will kill me if I don't leave. I'm done. Comments: I'm sorry you went through this. Please focus on healing. And from now forward, anyone who can't prioritize you, you leave them in the dust. You can't burn yourself to keep someone else warm. Maybe consider writing a letter to the committee that gave you your scholarship. They might be able to help you going forward. And reach out to friends and family. When you miss him or start thinking about him, invest your time in strengthening your other relationships. Eventually your life will be full again, and without the toxicity and chaos he brought you. Once you've healed, established your worth, and started doing your own thing, the glow from your life will attract good people, instead of emotional vultures. You'll wake up one day, Dune, and actually feel okay.